Alright, welcome to another freestyle game dev live stream. It has been a week. Took a week off to try to get some other video stuff and for some family stuff, but honestly I haven't touched a computer in a week, so not gonna lie, it was pretty good. My name's Kevin. We do these twice a week normally. The way this works is we work at like office hours. It's an AMA Q&A, dealing everything to do with game dev, Unreal Engine specifically, blueprints, visual scripting, all that kind of stuff. And your questions are the priority. So feel free to hop in, ask questions. If I happen to be doing something else, because I will fill the time in the absence of questions, I will fill the time just kind of working through me stumbling towards my own working game prototype. Now, if I'm in the middle of doing that, like I said, feel free to ask a question. I'll pause and do that. I currently work as a tech artist at Riot Games. I work in R&D. I get to do a lot of really cool stuff. But there's a lot of really cool stuff I don't get to do, and this is a chance for me, like I said, to stumble through all of that and hopefully help some of you out. Now, since it's been so long since I have touched anything, I think it's probably good to make sure that the stream is working first. That looks good. Twitch looks good. Everything looks good. And I did not see any questions specifically in the last few days. So in the absence of questions, as usual, we're just going to hop straight into kind of going back to what we were working on before. Now, not gonna lie, sort of forgot what we were working on before. So we're gonna have to kind of remember a couple things. But if you recall, the last time we had just finished kind of reparenting all of our blueprints to a single melee combo blueprint that would allow us to make changes to be a little bit smarter. So we weren't having to update every single instance of the blueprint, which is part of the whole great thing about inheritance. If you haven't checked out that inheritance video, I believe it's in the video section on blueprint classes, etc. That may help you if you are struggling with that concept. Now, that being said, if we play, you'll notice I have an error. So as the bad guys come at me, if I swipe and go to right click, I'll show you over here. You got all these errors. This is attempting to access index 1 from an array of length 1. So obviously the first index of an array of length 1 is 0. So we need to fix this. Now, why is this happening? I can logically explain it, I guess. Basically, what is happening is in our combo base, we use the combo ingredients to get whatever is going to be next. We get all the information from it based on what we built last time. Now, with that, the problem is if I left click, it increments the combo phase on the character. And then if I go to right click, it starts a new combo. The combo phase is already 1. It doesn't increment that beforehand. It doesn't reset it because there's no concept of switching combos right now. So as a result, the right click thinks it's at phase 1 of starting at 001. Doesn't know how to do it. It doesn't increment it. It doesn't reset it. It doesn't do anything. Which kind of makes me feel like we need to determine our combo phase differently. Or, see, here we're determining the combo phase. Combo type is 1. It's interesting that we're doing that there. Not sure why we're doing that there. Determine combo phase. Oh, the combo type is 1, meaning it's the base combo. Alright. Interesting. Our scale modes are still cool. We shouldn't even have to be setting these combos. Actually, I just realized I never logged into Perforce. I should do that as well. Okay. So we are source control. I don't even think we need these anymore. Because the combo, the animation is going to be coming from ingredients. So let's skip all of this. And then let's kill this. I was kind of thinking about this while I was away too. I think it'd be cool if whenever you attacked, it just automatically lets you kind of keep stepping through your combo no matter how long between. What I haven't figured out is a good way to reset that. So let's just double check and make sure this stuff works again. Okay. So let's play here. 1, 2, 3. Great. Now that worked. There was no errors. The reason is because I hadn't done a regular combo first. So regular combo, whole error, and it didn't even do anything. And that is once again because of this thing. So we're going to determine our combo phase. Now, when we pop into this combo phase, I do not understand why we're determining our combo phase after. I feel like this should be happening before. Let's see if we can do this. Take our controlled pawn. And before we do this, let's determine our combo phase. See if this is going to mess anything up. Alright, so first test is if we switch to our great sword and we go left click, we've incremented. Nope, we still get an error. We are still getting this error, which is wild. Let's switch these enemies back to dummy mode. I don't want them attacking because I want to be able to debug this. So in B Hero Shooter Mannequin, let's put a breakpoint on that. No. Let's not put a breakpoint on that. Let's do this. We'll go in, we'll switch to our combo sword. We'll do one attack, then we'll put a breakpoint on this. And then we'll I don't know what happened. Somehow I'm... Okay, so we're going to determine our combo phase. Combo type should be 1. It is. If it's 1, the combo phase currently is 1. It's going to increment it. So now the combo phase is 2. Oh, okay. This is a problem. Here's the problem. The new way we do this, we don't actually... There's no way for us to convey the maximum number of phases per ability. Dog has been a little bit restless tonight. Not sure what's up there. So there aren't always guaranteed to be 3 phases here. That's part of the problem. Because this right click only has 1 increment to it. The phases should really be determined by the size of this array. Not even... And I can even see one day that changing, but let's just say for right now it's the size of that array. Combo ingredients. I think what we need to do is we need to add something else to our combo phase. Determine the combo phase. Oh, interesting. And then that's our scale mult. Are we using this for anything? That's our AoE radius, status immune, damage scale level. It comes from the scale mult. Yep, we are getting that. Interesting. Very interesting. We're gonna have to extract this again, I think. 1, 2, 3. Base combo has ingredients. Our ingredients do not have an idea of scale multiplier. Do we want to set that per ingredient? I mean, it would be really easy to add a scale mult in here, which would be nice. The other option is this GE Great Sword damage in here. There's a magnitude calculation that's based on this CT Sword base combo. The CT Sword base combo gets a 50, 100, 200. $50, 100, 200. Is that what we're getting out of these? I don't feel like that's what we're getting. If I do... let's get rid of this. $100, $200. It is taking it from there. Just like it's not using our scale mult. Do we lose? Do we use this one? Damage. Yellow. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, it's not so much a multiplier. Okay. What's happening is this thing is getting truncated and fed into the index for this setup. Oh, I feel like we're doing this in so many different places right now. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is our power combo has its ingredients. The ingredients have the animation montage, the damage effect that we're using, whether it's AoE, all these kinds of things. But then yet there's this table that we look at to determine the multiplier. And I feel like, here's what I feel like. I feel like either the tape, oh man, I don't want to have all this. This is too much. I think the easiest thing is to keep this in the ingredients for this thing. You know what, we're gonna try it. We're just gonna try that for now. So, combo ingredients. Let's see if we can find these things. This is shooter core content. Here is our ingredients struct. And we have the damage effect. Oh, interesting. The problem is this is not a multiplier, I don't believe. Hold on a second. Stack, that's a gameplay effect level. Oh, interesting. This is not the way this is meant to work. Because our gameplay effect is multiplied by the magnitude? Can we change that magnitude? Target data. Yeah, I don't see. Gameplay effect. Okay, so this doesn't actually take a magnitude. It just takes a level. Apply gameplay effect spec to target. Make. Nope, not what I want. Make. Instigator, causer, and level. That's not gonna do what I want. I want to be able to change the magnitude. That's a bummer. Apply gameplay spec to self, class, level, stacks, target, current activation info. Let's try this. Is this being done anywhere else? Gameplay effect. Heal. See, that's just stacks. That's not what we want either. So it's not heal. Melee sword. I doubt this is gonna do it. Yeah, that doesn't do it either. Something different. Let's take a look at the sticky grenade. Level, content. Here's a gameplay extract. Results. It doesn't look like we can set the magnitude on the fly. Interesting. Gameplay effect. Let's try this. Gameplay effect magnitude. Nope, doesn't find it. All right, so let's just say that that is not findable for now. Oh, I don't like this at all. This is damage for the greatsword. Okay, currently this is done with base damage, additive. It's a scalable float. .0. I have a dumb idea. What if there's nothing in this table? Set by caller. 20, 40, 80. All right, so this is it. This is all, this is basically what I've got. I either, unfortunately, the quick workaround for this is not one. I would have to go through and do some code reworks, but the general gist of this is I would like to set my, don't really want to set my damage. See if we can forward think a little bit here. It's tough to do after not working for a week. So let's say that we get a basic sword. We pick it up. By default, it has 3 attacks. And each of those attacks do 100, 200, 300 damage by default. Okay, that works. Now, let's say that we pick up an item that increases our damage for that sword. How are we going to specify that it's no longer 100, 200, 300, but rather it's 100, 200, 300 times the multiplier of whatever the item is that we picked up? And right there, right now, there's no way to do that. Because there's no way for me to specify the magnitude in here. Stacks is in here. Spec handle data. Stack count. I have a crazy idea. Spec handle data. It's not auto-completing for me. I think what I need to do is I need to override this thing with one that takes not only gameplay effect level. What code is this? Gameplay ability? Where is this? This is in Unreal Engine's gameplay abilities. Yeah, that's not where we want to mess with stuff. What? Lyra abilities. Component by activate abilities. Spec handle data get. Interesting. So all we would have to do is create one of these. And the problem is our in-spec handle only has our in-spec handle doesn't take a magnitude either. It's like the system is against us tonight. I'm just trying to look through to see if there's any other use of this. Hold on a second. if we make spec. No. Gameplay effect. And if we make one of these, we make a spec handle. From the spec handle, can we set the magnitude? The somatics. Thanks for hopping in. How you doing tonight? Well, we kind of went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. To answer your question specifically, what the quick version of it is, we're applying a gameplay effect to the target that has damage, and right now it is set up to use the damage levels that are driven by this data table. The problem with that is I want to be able to set the damage done somewhere else, and it does not appear that any of the default gameplay effect applications allow you to set the magnitude or the multiplier for the magnitude anywhere in Blueprint. So I'm basically thinking that I'm going to cut bait, if you will, and just pretend it works. And then next time when I'm not, and then basically between streams, I'll go through and add the C++ functions to add the stuff that I want, because it's not super entertaining to watch C++ coding in a stream. So unless you have secret inside information on how to set the magnitude of a gameplay effect using a spec or applying to target, I think that's what we're going to do for tonight. So if that's the case, let's just do this. Let's take, we know that our struct, we want to have damage in it. So we're going to add this. We're going to do damage multiplier. Let's just say, okay. And we're going to change this to be a float. And let's save this. And now when we go back to our sword power combo, ask ChatGPT. Actually, I've asked ChatGPT a few times. It's not too bad. Compile. Wait a minute. Damage multiplier. It's in here. Melee ingredients combo. Let's browse this asset and reopen it. Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's kind of weird. Ingredients. The damage multiplier is not showing here. That is super wild. The base combo. Oh, I need to compile that. That's why. Okay, so back to, so this is compile and save this. And then when we go back to our greatsword power combo, here's our damage multiplier. Now, let's just default that to 1. Now I closed it down. Weapons, shared. This is the melee combo. We're going to default to our multiplier. The semantics. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong. The main purpose of this stream is to answer questions or anything that you all might have about game dev or otherwise. So feel free to interrupt me at any point if you need any help with any blueprints or anything like that. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on trucking. Here we go, default values 1.0. Let's save that. And let's go back to this and compile it. No. Are you working on a game yourself tonight? Or are you just cruising through streams? Okay, so now we have a 1.0 multiplier. This is our damage multiplier. And ideally, what we'll do is for the damage that we're applying. Hold on a second. This is our melee base. Interesting. This is our greatsword power combo. This is the damage effect for the greatsword. However, it's not being used because we didn't actually connect it yet. So we should probably connect that. See, here's our effect class, but it's not actually being used. So we need to come back to this big old list of all the stuff that we're presetting up, which is getting kind of nutty. Oh, very cool. I love character artists. I work with you all a lot. I love all the art you guys get to make. What are you, when you say you're trying to get back into Blueprint and C++, like, that's not something you hear from a lot of character artists. Are you doing it to make up, for making your own stuff, or just so that you can be, that you can increase your kung fu? Okay, so as you can see, we're not setting our damage multiplier and we're not setting our gameplay effect, and we should probably make variables out of both of these. So let's promote this gameplay effect to a variable so that we're actually using what's part of our ingredients. So we're going to set this, and then later on is where we're going to use it, right here. So we can just drag and drop this straight in, which will be cool. So now we're actually using the gameplay effect that we're supposed to be using. That's step one. And then for the damage scale level, that is currently being set. Find references. This is currently being set based on the controlled pawns combo stuff. We don't need that there because we are going to set this inside of our ingredients for these combos. And I'm just making room for our stacks because our stacks are going to keep going. So we're going to promote our damage multiplier to a variable as well. And control drag, so I don't have to reconnect that pin. We'll do it without reconnecting it or disconnecting it. And then over here, if we take 4 right now, we pretend that our damage multiplier is actually working, when in actuality what it's going to do is it's going to look up the data table and pick the one that is in the data table. That's okay. We will fix that later. All right, so we don't need this damage scale level anymore. It's not being used. So now when we go to play and we go to attack with our great sword. All right, of course. Oh wait, we don't have a great sword. And he's blocking. Wow, he's blocking consistently. Interesting. One. Hold on, it only did 1 damage. Something's wrong. Okay, hold on a second. There's so many things going on here. Our enemies are blocking too much, so I can't really test properly. So let's turn that off. Enemy. So here's our enemy behavior tree. Strategize. Let's just change this entirely to just wait. Nope, that's not where it's done. The reason, okay, my fault. So what happens is, here's where we can fix this. Temporarily disable this, I mean. What happens is when we melee, remember we were broadcasting this message that we were doing a melee attack. If we temporarily disable that, the enemies won't know we're melee attacking, so they won't block. That's what we want. So that we can test this. All right, so 1 attack. All right, now let's see how much damage we're doing here. 1, 1, 1, 1 damage. It's gonna take a while. Okay, why are we doing 1 damage? This is a fair question. So starting at the top, our great sword. Oh, that's our GE damage for the great sword. Our GE damage to the great sword uses a great sword combo base. Interesting. This is our lookup table. These should be 20, 40, 80. We shouldn't be doing 1. We should be doing 20, 40, 80. So that's kind of weird. Let's take a look at our sword. GE. Sword damage. Scalable float, sword base combo damage. Scalable float magnitude. Oh, interesting. Sword base combo. That's different. Sword base combo. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so first hit, 100, 100, 100, that's 100, it's 100, 100. So we're doing 100 damage. 1.0. Oh wait, that makes sense. Hold on a second. Great sword. Because we're not doing the great sword power combo. That's why. Here's a problem. We messed up. Alright, so here's our great sword power combo. Where's our ingredients? We only have 1 ingredient for a great sword power combo? What? This doesn't make any sense. Hold on a second. If I go and I play and I'm on my great sword, 1, 1. It always starts with the second one, it goes to the third one. So it is incrementing through, but the great sword power combo I'm looking at the wrong ability. That's why. Okay. So if we look at the great sword, spin attack, here's our great sword combo. Jeez Louise. Okay, damage multiplier 1, damage multiplier 1, damage multiplier 1. Okay, so these are all 1s. Okay, so the second one should be 2, and the third one should be 3. That's what's going on. All right, so if we play this now, in our great sword combos, our first, that's our second one, that's 150, 200. All right, so 200, 400. Okay, cool. That multiplier is working now. Great. Now, okay, so we have our multipliers. Those are damage multipliers. And we're going to change the way those works later between streams because, like I said, C++ isn't always exciting to watch. So let's compile and save that. Now, we have a problem. We broke something. And what we broke is our combo phases. When we updated this, what's happening is our default value for our combo phase is 0. It's 1, which is technically the second index of an array. So I think we want to default this to 0. I think that's all we need. So let's try that. Nope. Just trying to access -1. When we come in here, all right, let's put a breakpoint here. We're gonna run through this because, all right, come in here. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Come on. Resume. Okay, determine combo phase. Let's go in here and see what we get out of this. When we come in here right now, combo phase is currently 0. Oh, interesting. That's weird. Combo phase is 0. So it doesn't do anything. That's why. Our combo phase starts at 0. That's so weird. Switch on int. Switch on int. That's weird. It doesn't have a 0 pen. I don't want to do this. Start index. Let's go 0. Okay. So now our combos, it's going to start at 0. Do the same thing here. Let's change our start index to be 0. And then let's try that again. Okay, so we don't need this breakpoint. We don't need this breakpoint theoretically. We don't need this breakpoint either. Okay. 2, 1, okay. Okay, so the only problem is we're not getting to the third phase. 1, 2, 1. That's actually starting on the second one. Whoa, it's not resetting. That was it. So that's the second. 1, 2, 3. I can't get to this third phase. Why is that? It is because when we come in here, if it's 2, we set the combo phase to 1. We actually want to set it to 0. That's the first thing. And so 0 becomes 1. Oh, that's why we were doing it where we were doing it. Okay. All this index stuff. I think we need 2 functions for our combo phase stuff. I think this is weird. I think the name of this is weird. So let's just do this. Let's just say that we're going to do all this stuff and then damage multiplier. Hold on a second. Montage to play. Oh, here we go. This is going to be our combo phase. We're not going to subtract off 1 from it. Okay? Because it's 0 base now. So that's going to work for that from now on, which is cool. And then the trick is, after we've done this though, we would then want to determine our combo phase. So let's do that. And this shouldn't be called determine combo phase. It should just be a simple increment combo phase or set next phase. And I believe we said 1. So here we go. Let's try this again. We should be starting at 0. First ability should be... Whoa, that's messed up. Okay, so 1. What is happening? Okay, so we have our 1, 2, 3, but our animations are all wrong. All the animations that are being played are incorrect. Is it just an order of operations? There we go. Okay. Alright, how much damage are we doing here? 1, 2, 200. Press the wrong button. I want to see if we're getting the 400 damage we're supposed to be getting. We are. Oh yeah, we are. 400. Okay. Alright, so that's working. Now we're getting the right combo phase. All this stuff is working now. So basically what we've done is we've changed this so that in our power combo, here's our greatsword combo. In our combo, we're going to be setting the phases or the damage multipliers. 1, 2, 4, or 3 in this case. 1, 2, 3. And that looks up in this table and gets us 100, 200, 400. Because it's using the sword power combo, which is in the great sword. And it's, wait, base combo. GE damage great sword. Why are we seeing 200, 400 instead of 50, 100, 200? I want to change this. Let's see. I'm going to go 5, 10, 20, just to make sure. That's going to be the base combo. Check that out. And then our sword combo uses the damage for the great sword, damage for the great sword, damage for the great sword. Okay, and the damage for the great sword has in it the great sword base combo and the sword base combo. Oh my goodness, the plot thickens. This is even crazier than I thought. Why aren't we doing 20, 40, 80? It should be 20, 40, 80. That's 200. Clearly that is 200. GE damage, great sword. Great sword combo is using GE damage great sword with these multipliers. And GE damage great sword, is it because I didn't compile it? Is that all it is? Is using this table that only has one row in it. So I know this is the right table, and this is 20, 40, 80. somehow the wrong gameplay effect is getting applied here. Right here. I want to know what this is when we apply this. That is clearly the damage greatsword with a damage multiplier of 1. GE damage greatsword, damage multiplier of 2. Wait a minute, that was 10. Damage multiplier 2 again. 40. Those numbers were correct. Okay, wait, I compiled it and I think it fixed it is I think the answer. Oh my goodness. Take a week off. First night back is going pretty smoothly so far. Okay, so 20, 40, 40, 80. Okay, that's working now. Okay, so now that's working the way I expected it to. We are not using the sword combo. We are using the greatsword. The greatsword is using GE damage greatsword, which is using CT greatsword base combo. This is the 20, 40, 80. And I believe this used to be 100, 200, 400, for example. But you know what? We kind of don't need this, in the sense that what we could do is we could just use one sword table. Also, the whole point is to get away from this anyways. We're just using this temporarily. But you can see we have a sword and a base combo. But really what we want to happen with the new stuff is we want our sword combo. This is our damage multiplier. I think we should get a base damage amount probably in... I think we basically use a base damage amount as part of the gameplay ability, potentially. And then the multipliers would be for each of the phases. We're gonna have to think about that. But it is working from the standpoint as of we're able to do that now. We're no longer getting an error with our array indexes, which is great. And all that stuff is cool. This is fine, we can save this. We're not gonna actually save this. Our ingredients are updated, that's cool. I wonder how messed up our base sword is. And our right click, let's check those real quick. So here is, that's our greatsword combo. Here's our greatsword power combo. Damage multipliers 1. And it's getting the greatsword damage. So my right click is going to do 100 damage now. On the greatsword. It did, because 50 of that was shield. Oh, interesting. Okay, so now we're back to our original problem. As I click, there we go, we do 100 damage. If I right click again, we're getting an error. You can see it up there. We're trying to access the wrong index in the array. So now that we have that, in our combo base, when we go to determine this phase, I think we need to set I think we need this to be smarter. Also, we don't need any of this anymore. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a variable called max phase right now, and we're going to give that to be an integer. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to make this a little smarter. We don't need this difference anymore. We don't even really need the combo type anymore. Because really, all this is going to do now is this. Let's go big here. All we're going to do is we're going to take our combo phase. We're going to get the value. We're going to check to see if it's greater than, not less than, greater than our max phase value. And if that's true, then we're going to set our combo phase back to 0. And if it's false, we're just simply going to increment it. That's it. Okay, so let's double check this. Let's say that we have 3 phases. If we come in here and our max phase is 3, our combo phase, we were in phase 3. We should rename this thing. I'll think of a new name in a second. Let's say we're in phase, let's say we're at phase 0. We come in here, max phase is 3. Is 0, no, that's false, so we're incrementing, that's 1. And then we get 2. And then the next time through, we come in here, we're at 2. Is 2 greater than 3? No. So we increment again, we're at 3. We don't want that. We're gonna go max phase minus 1. Reason being because we're going to be passing in the length of this array. Okay. Sorry, my voice is so monotonous this evening. If you're watching this after the fact, try to stay awake. Let's see here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the length of the ingredients. And we're going to feed that in to our max phase. Compile. We'll save this. Let's compile this. Save that. And then in our hero shooter, this is fine. I think we can, we're not going to delete it quite yet. Let's just one thing at a time. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so left click again, final click. Okay, cool. Now, if I've left click, ooh, it's trying to access 3. Somehow it's still trying to access 3. Hold on a second. If we come in here, max phase is 3. If we're at phase 2, I think this should be greater than or equal. Let's do that. Greater than or equal to this. Let's give this another shot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Great. Okay, so our regular combo works. Now, the problem we were having is if we had done a regular combo, technically our combo phase now is 2. Okay, so if we right clicked, we'd get an error. We still get an error. What? How is that possible? Look at this. Okay, so our create sword power combo has a length of 1. Seems reasonable. And what's going to happen is we come in here. We're at 1. Max phase is 1. Combo phase is 1. Okay, hold up. Let's do this. Let's do this like this. Let's go. 1. Okay, and then where is that? That's on shooter mannequin. Let's put a breakpoint. Okay, so right now our max phase is 1. Our combo phase is also 1. Is 1 greater than or equal to that? It is. So we set our phase to 0. Oh, shoot. The problem is our combo phase is already 1 when we come in here. So what's happening is, okay, look, here's our problem. When we come in here, we're getting the combo phase. But in here, we're not checking it first. Okay, let's do this. We're going to rename this. This is going to be increment combo phase. We'll get rid of this. And then let's create a new function. And this is going to be check combo phase. Why is it putting spaces? Okay, and in here, we're gonna get the, we're not gonna do any incrementing. We're just literally going to make sure that it's valid. So if we come in here, we don't need this combo phase. We're gonna check our max phase and we're gonna see if the combo phase is greater than, not greater than or equal to, greater than this value. And if it is, we're going to reset back to 0. Okay? And the reason we're doing this is so that what we do in our combo, just before we do all of this, we're going to check our combo phase. And what this is going to do is it's going to catch the case where we've switched combos. So our max is going to be this length. All right. So now what should happen is if we go, here we go. If we go, first let's check this. Left click, left click, left click. Perfect. So we're able to loop through our combos. Great. Now let's go to the second step and try to do right click. It worked. Now, can we right click again? Yes, we can. Can we right click? Okay, here's a question. If we right click, and then we left click, ooh, it starts with number 2. Interesting. Okay, so what's happening is we don't really have a good idea of when we switched combos. Right now. There's a way we could do that. What time is it? We're already over time. But what we could do, if I was going to muse out loud, is we could basically store the name of the combo, and if it's different, that's one thing we could do. Like as part of checking the combo, we could store the name of the last combo we executed, and if the new one is different, then we would basically start over again. That's one thing we could do. The other thing we can do is, if we go past those timeouts, we basically reset our combos back to 0. So for example, if you miss the window to activate the combo, it would reset it to 0. The problem with that is, I think it's kind of cool for you to be able to use whichever part of the combo you want in time. Although, if we do that, what is to prevent the player from abusing skipping straight to the third combo for the most damage before they go into fight every time? Holy smokes. Oh, I know what we could do. Kind of a wild idea. It's not quite clear, but here's what you could do. You could only scale the damage based on how well you've chained the combos, but the ability or the combo itself would increment. So for example, in this greatsword attack, what I mean is, if we left click, we will always get that /, and then left click again, we always get the upper slash, and then we can left click one last time. We would get the slam down. Now with the slam down, it wouldn't do 400 damage on the third click is what I'm saying if you didn't time it. You would only get the scaling if you actually hit them in sequence. Now one of the interesting things about this great sword power combo, this is just the great sword combo. This second this has the end mark finish in it. Interesting. Does the combo 1 have it? Interesting. It does too. So how come our combo is even progressing right? End combo mark finish. Let's see if we can find that. That doesn't seem right. End combo mark finish. Set combo phase to 1. That's why. Here we go. It looked like it was working, but it's not. Alright, so now we're back to default behavior. Default behavior is left click, left click. If you miss the combo attacks, it's always resetting. So you have to get them in order. 1, 2, nope. There we go. You have to chain them together to get the benefits. But what that means is if I left click, I can't run over here and then do the second phase. I start right back at the beginning again. We're gonna have to weigh whether or not that's worthwhile or not. Okay, well, it's working in the sense that we've taken care of our indexing issues. Now, because it's late and I've got to roll back to the office tomorrow, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here for tonight. So, thanks for checking out the stream. These semantics, thanks for hopping in. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. For anybody else, remember, This stream is all about, you know, hopefully AMAs, Q&As, helping you stumble through the stuff that you're trying to work on. So don't hesitate to hop in the next stream. That's going to be Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. That's Pacific Standard Time. It's already up on the schedule on YouTube. In general, again, we try to do these Sunday nights and Wednesday morning, cover a couple different time zones. If you have questions, throw those in the comments, either on this stream, and I will go ahead and go through those, or hop in the Discord, throw the question in the Discord. As always, you can always hop in the next stream and ask questions there as well. That's a good thing. Again, my name's Kevin. I hope you all have a great start to your week, and I will catch you all on Wednesday. Take it easy.